G2.iG, they are out of the tournament, so they're playing for pride, playing to grief their opponents and drag them down to the depths with them. We'll see how it all pans out, though, as they do smoke up and get out across the map. Look for these early wards and maybe an early clash as well.
Yeah, some tip for tip there for the carries. Passing some tips to each other. And we see players going into each other. Tofu actually doing the drop trick as well. After breaking the smoke on the opponent, he drops the ward on the ground, and that means that the opponent is going to see, oh, the ward is gone, but doesn't actually mean that he placed it. He could just have took it out of his inventory. The mind games on mind games.
Clever, clever. Use every tool at your disposal, yeah.
I don't believe anyone was spotted dropping the top wards, right? I think the wards were dropped at different times, so there was no smoke break on that one.
Yeah, I don't believe so. No one's heading to go and sentry it or anything like that. Nothing to say. This Primal Beast hero model is just... It's too big.
It's so huge. You're going to see him do it as well in mid lane. He's going to block Quinn from getting last hits by standing on top of them. I guarantee it. And it's, you know, it's an essential part of how you lane mid Primal Beast is doing that. It's very hard to right click. You need to like angle your camera below and then try to click up, or, you know, try and have a different angle to get the right clicks in on the creeps.
It's just like jiggling your camera around, trying to get the right angle to try and kill it off.
Sometimes you can use attack move to actually aggro onto the creeps, but it's very difficult. And of course that doesn't work for your deny attempts.
Well, off we go. Big body blocks from nothing to say. Gets himself into a okay position there. Quinn starts out with that shadow strike. Look at that, just immediate onslaught. Start the bullying early in this lane. Get through your mana pool.
Bit of damage, and we see him doing it. Can he get it? Yeah, nice. Quinn gets the click. Didn't really stand quite on top on the range creep, so still managing to last at that one.
Yeah, it's going to be that lane in a nutshell. Down at bottom, Tofu here with the Gyrocopter trying to step up onto X-Nova. So Starstorm against Flak Cannon as they do try and just kill off these Naga illusions as soon as they spawn. Shockwave and Flak probably enough to bring them down level 1.
Yeah, I think I agree with you that this lane is a little bit stronger for Gaimin Gladiators as well. Like, it has a bit more harass and can perhaps find some kill potential later on as we go in some levels here.
Yeah, I think X-Nova and Monet are going to keep their wits about them. To keep this Mirana in a good spot, hide in the trees, look to trade with this Gyro at longer range. This Tofu just steps up and really does stick it to Monet in that 1v2. Dorachi up at top has dropped pretty low. Celery trying to protect, and there's a little puppy there standing by the tier 1, just guarding the Alchemist.
Yeah, it's just licking the tower a little bit. CM's dog.
It's a quick little doggo, isn't it? Look, he's barking at the tower now. What's he up to? Having a jolly old time.
Zooming around. Got that puppy energy.
5-3 Abaddon, 3-0 Alchemist. So Dorachi are really struggling to latch on to early last hits here.
Yeah, we see a body block by Boka as the D ward came out, but small camp is available at least for Celery, so he can go for a pull there maybe. Bottom lane, we see a skewer back, blood grenade.
Ooh, Monet. 50 HP, he's got 6 stick still. God, that was a mouthful. Tofu. Good little dodge from Monet on that homing missile. Good timing. Shockwave coming, and the final right clicks from Tofu.
Everybody.
Roshan deny. Oh, he's got it as well. And now, the bash, the clap, it kills the illusions. Thankfully, Tofu are going to walk out of there.
He bashes the gyro and then claps immediately. That was a lot of damage to Gyrocopter. But yeah, Gyro just couldn't get the right click there on the slippery Naga as she got around Roche. Nice deny there. Making the best out of a bad situation, at least, Monet. Yeah,
still dead, though, for quite some time. The courier was just delivering some items as well. Looks like a Wraith Band and some tangos for Monet. Mid lane, 15-3, onslaught again. Getting on top of Quinn, who blinks back to safety. Get away from that trample as quick as possible.
Yeah, and we see him going for a bounty rune already. Quinn not having too bad of a time against the Primal Beast, even though the CS is slightly... it's actually dead even now after he gets the range grip here as well. But yeah, nothing to say. Taking a lot of harassment, gonna have to go for the bounty rune for bottle refill.
And then Quinn doesn't have that same refill. Both bounty runes gone. Gonna have to wait for the 4-minute water rune to come up.
Ace using the skewer immediately on the mirror image cast by Monet to bring down the illusions extra fast. Actually kind of nice using both the shockwave and the skewer. He kills the illusions really quickly.
Yeah, they've got flat cannon as well. It's like a backup plan, as if they even needed it. Tofu are going to use it as harassment right now to get some hits onto X-Nova and Monet.
Just not really getting the tempo that you want on Naga Siren's farm right now.
Tofu and Ace, yeah, back up a little bit. So Monet with a bit of breathing room. Top lane, just spell spamming. I'll keep my eyes on this one. Concoction, getting thrown left and right. Celery's now level 3, so has access to all abilities. Still holding a blood grenade here. Potential aggression to come, but that's what, 11 one charges on both Radiant heroes, 10 stick charges on Dyrachyo.
Yeah, fighting on both the side lanes now. Actually trying for the Abaddon here.
Yeah, attempting it. JT gonna step back. Baboka looking a little worse for wear, but again, just tons of one charges from all this spell spamming coming out. Celery and Dyrachyo just can't get the finishing touches.
Yeah, even Healing Lotus being held as well by Rubik. Gonna use it now by backpacking the magic wand, getting the most out of it. But yeah, a lot of aggression on the side lanes. Bottom lane also trading quite low. Tofu dropping quite low there. Very optimistic arrow by X-Nova. Not gonna work in plain sight. There's no way that one lands on Tofu.
If you don't try, you're never gonna land
having
it.
the wind lace. Fast little gyro.
Yeah, he's a speedy fella. Kill off the sentry there. At the same time as, yeah, blocking the small camp. A pretty slow one. No kills, no first blood. Ace gonna try and drag Monet back in through that dire creep wave. Mirror image and an arrow though, and Ace might have bitten off more than he can chew. Ace gonna die, and first blood comes for Monet, who had been struggling in this laning stage.
That is really big. Getting first blood for Naga definitely helps a lot after not having the best CSing time, and they did combo up the end snare plus arrow combination very nicely there. 2.75 second duration on level 1 end snare is so good for setting up that arrow.
Just the right amount.
Top lane, Abaddon, super low. Can't use a Photic Shield because then Frostbite comes in. He uses it after the Frostbite.
Gets himself out of there. Meanwhile, Quinn, Sonic Wave has killed off Nothing to Say in that mid lane, goes diving for it.
Wow, solo kill. That's a big kill.
And JT still dies in that top lane to Dyrachyo.
Things starting
Crystal
out
Nova.
pretty nice here for Gaimin Gladiators, despite losing that first blood bottom.
Yeah, things panning out very nicely for them in these other lanes. I guess
He's ganking.
Ace, another move from the Magnus. Skewer back Monet. Primal Beast is here, though, to clear out Tofu's gyro. So focus from G2.iG really heavily into this bottom lane. Secure Monet his early game. Try and get that farm back on the Naga.
I think they made a switch now. I think Rubik's staying mid and just gonna lane mid, and this Primal Beast is gonna keep ganking nonstop. Because he can't really lane against Queen of Pain. She put 3 points into the Shadow Strike, which is a commitment to winning the laning stage that you make against some melee heroes. So it is effective. She did get that solo kill, but now we're gonna see Primal Beast probably focus on rotations a lot and not so much laning mid.
Yeah, has hit level 6 as well, so Nothing to Say. You can kind of clear out a wave in this mid lane. Goes under tower and takes quite a few tower hits there.
That's a lot of damage.
Meanwhile,
More for good measure.
Wisdom Runes. Tofu gonna take the one on the right hand side as X-Nova came in to try to steal. And Baboka goes to the left.
Yeah, he put an early homing missile on him there. Both of them trying to stun up and get the rune, but gonna go the way of Gyro.
And Nothing to Say, there's very low HP in this mid lane. It's kind of worrying whenever he steps up and tries to clear creep waves, but he gets it done, heads back to Fountain, and I guess now is the time to TP into a side lane to look for aggression.
Exactly, yeah, a TP gank is definitely coming. Question is, can he get the Alchemist though? Because that's the kill that he wants. Bottom lane, pretty hard to lock onto this Magnus. He can always skewer back. We're definitely going to see him TP towards top lane, I think, and look for aggression onto this farmer who just working towards that Radiance.
JT, he stepped up under tower. He's trying to force Gaimin Gladiators to spend a few spells here.
Okay, actually TP'd mid to clear the creep wave, but now with the rune check, he's looking to make that move towards top. Unlucky though, not going to get the rune. Queen gets the bottom rune.
And this is probably going to get read by Gaimin Gladiators. They've come into the jungle, Celery dewarding and tanking the gank. I knew it was coming. Gets rid of the Radiant Vision though at the very least. And this is breathing room for Dyrachyo to go into jungle.
They didn't realize that he had a ward there himself, so they're not centering the Observer ward. So Nothing to Say is under vision. Finally, they're going to drop a sentry. X-Nova realized that this is a good D ward.
And it gives room to Quinn, though. Bit of pressure on that mid tier 1. Raindrops, treads, wand, illusion rune bottled, and smoking with celery here. Sonic Wave is ready. Swinging up towards top lane. Dyrachyo has Chemical Rage and a couple of stick charges here. Trying to
Beast gonna be the target.
A bit of focus onto him.
Aquatic shield, so pretty hard target.
And Arrow after that Pulverize going to kill off Quinn. They came in feeling strong. Dyrachyo a little slow to join the party now with Celery dropping low. Baboka and JT joining with Frey around this Primal Beast. And X-Nova going to clear out the Maiden. Alchemist might be in trouble as well. They're going to keep on diving this.
He's on the run, 4 heroes chasing him.
Gyrocopter's very low. Alchemist being chased. They want to go for both targets, but they might end up getting none of them. Tofu, okay, he's walked back into the middle of everybody. Gives his life to save the Alk.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need on Primal Beast as well. Some rotations that are working out for you. And not only that, but the Queen of Pain doing a misread there a little bit, going in, connecting onto the Primal Beast. And then, of course, with the Abaddon nearby, they couldn't really connect and kill him. So actually, Queen goes down. It's a nice combination.
Yeah, just kind of walked into the arms of the Primal Beast who pulverizes it.
We'll see back in the game, stacks being made on the Ancients. This is the second time he stacks up the Ancient, and the Big Camp is actually triple stack. Let's see if he gets it again. He does. And the Haste rune on Primal, that is an insanely powerful rune with the Trample. He's going to take some time to clear up jungle here, though.
Yeah, take out a few of these stacks, catch up on the net worth. Because, yeah, just keeping our eyes on that. So a pretty close board there. Everyone getting their farm on. Okay, Alk and Quap are a little ahead of the pack, but...
Yeah, but look how close Primal Beast is to Queen now. After Queen getting a solo kill on him mid and winning the lane pretty hard with CSing. But Primal Beast just finds his way back into the game with these rotations. Been involved in so many of these ganks.
Yeah, Nagasaren's still towards the tail end of that net worth board, but it looks like Monet now going to utilize the jungle and trying to keep pushing this bottom lane out.
Not a whole lot of focus towards the Alchemist here. They took the top tower, but Alk now being given space to farm up. Gonna be happy to work towards that Radiance.
Yeah, much more emphasis in this mid lane. Baboka and nothing to say. Pushing with the catapult wave. Try and keep Mr. Carty alive. JT even joining in now with that Curse of Avernus. 0-4-3 build on the Abaddon.
Still holding a point for ulti whenever.
Yeah.
Making sure he doesn't skill it ahead of time. So yeah, he's helping tank up the tower a little bit here. Has the Aphotic Shield.
The catapult's going to die. Gaimin Gladiators making sure it's not an easy tower take, but nothing to say. Pops the haste, and there you can see how skittish Gaimin Gladiators have to be against this Primal Beast.
Yeah, I don't think they can really fight it. I think he could go even more aggressive here on nothing to say, but hard without any deeper vision. Doesn't see the Tofu Gyrocopter below him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is where the pressure on the Alk comes now. Sweep through that top jungle, boot him out this top lane, don't let him have that complete free farm anymore.
He's fine being shoved away though, because he already got that relic, so it's on his courier coming to him. This timing is going to be pretty good for the Radiance, stacking up for himself in the jungle as well. As we see the rest of the players controlling runes. An eye on the rune by X-Nova.
And leaps up to the high ground, perfectly places himself over in that large camp. Donked by the homing missile, but nothing there from Gaimin Gladiators to follow through on.
All the while, Alchemist just like, don't think about me, guys. Don't think about me. I'm just farming. I think he is a big threat. If you don't put any, you know, bigger rotations and focus on actually shoving him out of his own jungle, he is gonna scale really well.
Yeah, especially when Naga hasn't had a particularly good game. Like Monet is maybe not in catch-up mode, but definitely isn't in full aggression mode.
Yeah, no, I agree. Monet, you know, not the fastest start here, and he's farming pretty defensively as well. Going back into his jungle, that leaves a chance here for Gaimin Gladiators to start pushing this bottom tier 1. They have yet to take a tower, whereas IG, of course, have that advantage. And they're coming down to defend, using the Moonlight Shadow and a smoke.
And a scan. Tofu, first point of contact there, nothing to say. Does get scouted. Dire Sentry and Observer up on that high ground, giving them the perfect vision they needed.
This still deters the push from Gaimin Gladiators, so while they didn't get a kill, it's still pretty decent. They used 3 heroes to shove away 4 heroes. Meanwhile, you have Naga and Abaddon farming versus the Alchemist farming. So sure, you let him get the Radiance, but you have 2 cores just working on item progression as well. I would say decent for IG what they're doing right now.
Yeah, not too bad in it. Kind of a slow game like this, you know, you're just sort of edging forward, looking for these small victories you can find. Nothing to say going into the Eternal Shroud after the Blade Mail, so just tanking up as much as possible on the Primal Beast.
Some team farming going on in the jungle here. 4 heroes farming Ancients together. Peak excitement, but they're clearing it out so they can go for a smoke. Of course, Wisdom Rune and Power Rune spawning now.
It's RP time for Ace. Let's get some use out of this Blink Dagger. Who can we find? Nothing to say. Blink RP straight from the Magnus. Stolen RP from the Ruby.
Oh no!
Gets it onto Ace as well. The turnaround from Baboka. Ace will skewer but dies to nothing to say. Sonic Wave's there to push away X-Nova and Monet. But Duracho's in trouble, pulverized under this tier 1 tower. Quinn still trying to fight back and keep JT away. Celery with the freezing field, but yeah, Baden has his ulti going. Healed back up almost to full. G2.iG. Incredible from Baboka there to turn things around completely.
Baboka, such a good read on the situation. He knew exactly what was going to happen, ready for that. He even went with a steal before the telekinesis there, which, you know, allows him to just catch the Magnus using either of those abilities, of course, and immediately RPing the Magnus too, just saying, you know, screw you, you're not doing that. And on top of that, he, you know, he has the Glimmer Cape finished up now, so he actually has an item to stay alive against these aggressive jumps by the Queen of Pain. Baboka looking like he might have a good game here, well ahead of his fellow support's 4.5k net worth.
Yeah, closing in on Quinn's net worth, honestly. And Quinn of Pain after a stellar laning phase, now is struggling.
This is, yeah, but this is also the problem with the skill build that Quinn elected to go for. He went for a lane winning build, the maxed Q, but when you do that, you don't have points in your Scream of Pain early, so you don't farm that fast. And even when you have your Scream of Pain maxed out, you still don't have Blink maxed out, which is also it's all like a piling on effect of feeling like you're a little bit behind when you put those extra points, even if it's just 1 extra point in each strike.
God, look at that. Naga illusions shredding through Quinn. Just a couple of them causing problems.
I do like the build he's going for, though. The first item in Kaya Sanch Queen is definitely feeling superior to Witchblade right now, I would say, with the, you know, changes that happened overall.
Especially when you get so much control here.
He is getting a bit lucky with the runes. Can I get the bottom rune again? First the shield rune, now the amplified damage rune as well. Nothing to say, a little bit upset. He's not getting anything. He's working on an Eternal Shroud on Nothing to Say. I really like this build. This is the new heart, essentially. And he's going for Celery, looking for a solo kill.
Straight onto the Maiden with the pulverized trample. Celery. A Blade Mail Frostbite, but he puts down the Verdurous Dale from the Seeds of Serenity. Everyone's healing up in the glorious green.
Can't quite get him. And also, importantly, didn't break his Tranquil Boots. So Maiden gonna heal up pretty fast, both the mana and the HP coming back quickly when you're playing this hero. So it's gonna be
still
fine.
Still kind of hard for Gaimin Gladiators to push objectives, though. Like, looking at the map state, G2.iG have, you know, free reign from mid through to top, with those 2 tier 1s being gone already. And
yeah, they're struggling a bit to advance, like you say, but at the same time, you're kind of happy with status quo when you're playing an Alchemist just farming up. That said, though, Alk does have a Blink Dagger, so Duracho looking to get involved, looking to propel the game into a different gear here as he's making his way towards bottom. They definitely want to take a tier 1 tower.
I get some money in the pockets of these supports. Maiden and Gyro. I mean, not super item reliant, but you would want that shard on Gyro as quickly as possible. Kind of interesting to see Tofu go for so many different items. The Arcane's Windlace Wand, tons of little regen bits and bobs, a circlet there. Because we've seen these kind of brown boots shard rush gyros quite a lot.
Yeah, he went for quite a few different things, but I think the mana boots are really worth it for his team. He needs mana. Even though they have the CMR, Queen just eats mana so fast.
We smoke down to bottom jungle to get some wards down for now. One hero pushing tower, which is Quinn. But at the same time, you know, tier 2 is being shoved by JT with his Manta style. And Gaimin Gladiator is not able to really connect on any heroes.
You can't ignore this Magnus, or this Abaddon. Magnus
no, but he pops his ulti. Ace has blinked and skewered him. JT got a pig pole. RP is there. Quinn trying to open up, but the Song of the Siren's there to reset. Make sure JT can TP out safely, but Celery's come in from the perfect angle. Frostbite to cancel that TP, and JT, even under the Moonlight Shadow, being chased back, dusted up, and found out by Gaimin Gladiators. It's taken a lot to kill him down, but he will finally be brought to his knees by Quinn.
Yeah, It does go down in the end. He manually activated his ulti there. A little bit questionable as he got skewered back. He still was very high HP. Of course, he did dispel himself by doing so, but I can't help but feel that running and like waiting for them to at least trigger the ulti manually usually is better. Nice try to save there. Beautiful timing by Monet, but we just saw the sneaky move by Celery walking all the way around for that frostbite. Getting him before he TPs out on Abaddon.
Just the perfect angle. That was a lot of time spent as well by Gaimin Gladiators. You know, going bottom, get the tier 1, sweep through the bottom jungle all the way to top, and then TPing there. Just to get the kill on the Abaddon.
Yeah, it was a big move, but I think it's worth it in the end because you have to stop the Abaddon. He pushes way too fast if you ignore him. Like, if this hero runs at a tower with Manta style, that tower will just disappear very quickly. He doesn't really take any damage due to illusions plus the aphotic shield, and the tower just gets melted.
And in the meanwhile, Nargasaran has continued farming and is closing that gap on the Alchemist as well. Monet very nearly at Orchid, which is going to give so much kill opportunity against Queen of Pain, Magnus, even his Alchemist.
They spotted the Alchemist just now. They saw him bottom with Naga Illusions a little while ago, and now they're wrapping down here looking for him. He is moving up towards the Ancients. Doesn't seem like they're going to connect to that, though.
He's turned off his Radiance as well, just really making sure he's hidden in the fog.
Yeah, it's a good habit to turn it off when you're moving around. It turns it on again to get to stack on the Ancients. Harun.
Regen, and nothing to say. Start with a pulverized, chainstone with the arrow. In comes the Starstorm. Damage, not quite enough to kill off Quinn. Ace has blinked in, has the RP onto 2. Abaddon and Primal Beast are tankier 2 heroes, though. Can't really kill them off. Ace now the one to be chased by the Onslaught and pulverized. Trample down onto this Magnus now, and Ace is gone.
Rubik with, again, a nice lift there. Good timing. Manages to steal the Skewer this time instead of the RP, so has a level 4 Skewer available. Doesn't have a blink to utilize it yet, but 400 gold away. Could do some Magnus plays once he gets that.
Yeah. Role play is your favorite hero. Monet chasing Tofu out of that top jungle, looked like there, with the real hero and the illusions, while the rest of G2.iG are onto that mid tier 2. Catapult behind them, and a tanky Primal Beast frontlining.
And we see a recap here again as they jump in with the Magnus. Started skewering back the Primal Beast, but got lifted mid-skewer, then decides to go for the RP instead. But the RP and Sonic Wave really didn't do too much. They're only connecting to a Primal Beast and Abaddon. They don't care that much. They're so damn tanky, these two.
And but both like 2-minute cooldowns. Like, I guess Sonic Wave is a minute and a half, but RP quite a long cooldown, so a pretty massive window for G2.iG to exploit the rest of the map, knowing that Gaimin Gladiators' teamfight capabilities gone down the drain.
Yeah, they're gonna find themselves taking an early shard here, which goes towards Crystal Maiden, getting the Crystal Clone available. Always a nice ability. I would say this is a big reason why the hero is even picked at all anymore now. How useful it is.
Oh, okay, so Tofu... I guess Tofu was hoping for the 50-50, because he bought the mech.
That is... Yeah, this is very strange to me. I guess prioritizing survivability? I mean, even if you're hoping for the 50-50, if you don't buy Shard as a support Gyro, you lose a lot of the value you're supposed to have.
Yeah, a little bit of an odd one. We'll see what comes of it.
Oh, the Blink Skewer back Volca!
Skewer back with a Goka onto Ace. Duracio's in with a concoction though. Primal Beast and Rubik caught in it. An RP there, catching them as well. This Alchemist opening up and kills the Rubik off. Nothing to say, he's dropping low too, but he's Onslaught's back to safety. Sonic Wave comes out. JT still standing his ground, and Monet, the Naga Siren, highest net worth on Radiant, has finally arrived. Song of the Siren's gonna come. Concoction. A self-stun maybe? Alchemist, he'll get arrowed. And Gaimin Gladiators held back in what, a 1-for-1 trade? Everyone spent every spell, and only 2 supports die.
That was crazy that not more heroes died there. The Skewerback looked nice initially by Baboka here. We catches the Magnus, but the Alchemist arriving. Look at him getting a beautiful stun on the Horn Toss coming out as well. The Aghanims from the Magnus, then setting up into a 3-man RP into a freezing field. I don't know how only 2 heroes died. Back in the game though.
Yeah, another fight. It continues down by the bottom rune spot. Next, Nova picks up a double kill with a Starstorm. Ace and Duraccio blasted from the heavens. Monet gets a kill on this Gyro now as well.
Beautiful fighting for them. They have the Blink Dagger on the Abaddon as well, so he's playing very aggressively in these fights, able to blink after the Queen of Pain. This is making Quinn's life even harder. Getting forced to just run away here. Still in danger if the Abaddon was to clip him with a blink blink Manta style, you very quickly get silenced up, and that could spell doom for a queen.
Yeah, still being run at. Yeah, that first fight was kind of the classic, you know, hook a Tidehunter into the middle of your team, right? You've skewered the Magnus with the RP into the middle of you all. But yeah, this secondary team fight here, I mean, the stuns and control onto this Alchemist, tons of magic nuke damage, and knowing that if he's used his BKB and Chemical Rages on cooldown, he's not that impactful.
The difference in the second fight is that they actually had everyone nearby this time for IG. They had the Naga Siren there as well from the start of the fight. She brings a lot of damage to his team fights. And having almost a full Heart of Tarrasque now finished up, she's going to be a very hard target to burst. As we hear from Celery that we had a crash for Quinn. So he's going to get back into the game hopefully soon. A little bit of pause.
Should be all right.
Bottom tower now being eyed up by JT, though this Manta style Abaddon. I love this part of Abaddon gameplay. The fact that you can just go like very bullheaded, just run at the tier 2 towers and get rid of them so early. Look at the tower advantage they're enjoying right now. And if you were to look at IG's lineup, like a little while ago, perhaps before the, you know, Manta Universal Abaddon meta became a thing, you wouldn't say they have the best tower pushes. But no, they do. The Abaddon is insane.
Yeah, and then it's Abaddon with a Naga, right? So you're controlling multiple lanes, pushing them and giving the options to JT. You know, where does he want to go? Does he want to go push this tower, that tower? And the world's his oyster. Yeah. And Quinn is back. Let's see if we can get underway again here.
So a little bit of an update for the game here. We have, of course, we saw the Aghanims from Magnus before in the fight, but we also have BKB that was used in the most recent fight for Duracho. So Alchemist has a little bit of save for himself. Gyro still doesn't have his shard, bit away. He's looking aggressively to try and catch someone, but the tower does fall to the Mantas.
Still dies no matter what. Now Monet is walking straight to Roche Pit here. It looks like G2.iG just saying, hey, we've got this advantage. We're feeling pretty damn strong. Let's just go into Roche, get the Aegis for our Naga Siren.
I mean, look at the splashes, dude. It's actually a very fast Roche for this team as well. They take it down before there's any form of response here by Gaimin Gladiators. Just getting out on the map a little bit and farming, but even Alchemist being cautious as he, of course, couldn't know whether it's Smoke or Roche being taken. So he does make his way out on the map now, but only for a little while before the danger sets in again.
Well, that's an interesting line there from JT. You're talking about bullheaded. He's just drawn a line through the bottom lane into the throne and then into top lane. Yeah, go straight through that dire base. Let's carve it in two.
He wants the towers, dude. This is the Abaddon mentality. Tier 4 towers, illegal. He wants to get all these towers out. He's even faking a little bit here, sending himself up together with an illusion, sending one illusion towards mid. So not gonna connect on anyone, but yeah, this playstyle by JT, he really seems to know his ins and outs on how to utilize the Abaddon.
Yeah, feels very strong. Heading into that disperser next, it looks like as well.
Oh, there's a little treasure for you here, Quinn, if you go and check it. Just a few steps down, sir.
Oh, yes, there is. Just what? He's going to just TP home after these ancients, isn't he?
Yeah. Or? Yeah, he has to TP.
Well, back in the base, JT is being skewered back into the base here, past tier 3s. Pops his ulti, Manta dodges the homing missile, and he's all right.
Very nice there. Gonna play it safe, and he's going towards the disperser next on Abaddon for himself. Has the diffusal coming out, so he'll be very, very dangerous now, burning your mana and silencing you. Nobody wants to stay close to him. And I don't know, this Aghanim Scepter from Magnus on Ace, I haven't seen it so much in action. I'm not sure how value I feel like it is, but we'll see if he can deliver with it. Of course, this is nowhere near the same as the collapsed shard of TI, right? There's a lot more money spent. I'm just not convinced on this item yet, so we'll see if Ace can prove its value.
Yeah, I guess it was like on the shard, and then it was a stun, and they changed it to be just a slow with a displacement ability. Now it's back with a stun. We'll see if it can get the job done here, because currently Monet just frontlining, holding Aegis, pressing into tier 3 mid. All the allies behind him smoked up and ready. We've seen what Baboka can do from a position of superiority here, hitting away in smoke with Glimmer Cape.
He's ready for it. He's like, please jump my course. I have telekinesis spam clicking on the ground. If I could see the amount of times he's spam clicking right now.
Well, that's the jump. Telekinesis into the Orchid, straight away skewer back, and Ace getting punished here by Baboka. We've learned plenty of lessons through our time watching Dota 2, and one of them is Rubik against Magnus. Magnus is sad. Yeah. Where are the Lincoln Spheres? Where are my Lotus Orbs?
Celery cut the creep wave, so they don't have another creep wave coming in mid just yet. Now we see Primal Beast acting as a bodyguard, saying, I'm gonna walk together with this banner creep. I'm banner creep number 2. But yeah,
Quinn.
there we see the beautiful reaction. Blink forward even into the left. Good reactions. Back into the game, Quinn. He gets caught by the JT Abaddon silence. Top lane, the Rubik and the Abaddon together bring down the Queen of Pain. Now he's dead without buyback.
Man, he stepped up to kill the tier 1 and he got it. But yeah, Blink, Manta, silence, and then the telekinesis for that stun. The last second of TP Quinn was attempting to get home with cancelled out and dead for 30 more seconds. G2.iG free reign in this dire base now, pushing all 3 lanes in towards them. Scary times for Gaimin Gladiators.
Just working on whatever they can. Ace again trying to reverse skewer. Again gonna get caught. Again counter skewer.
Oh my god. Dragged back out of the base. Ace trying to TP, but the arrow connects and the Magnus is dead. Buybacks available. Meanwhile, by the tier 4s, the Primal Beast with Monet's Naga have gone very deep here.
Oh, what a
Duracio's
song.
BKB gonna allow him to fight, but the rest of the team stuck behind him because of that song.
Beautiful reset there, and that wastes so much for them. Alchemist going in.
Another Baboka, the skewer, drags them all in. Oh yes, this Rubik outplaying them. Alchemist gonna get caught out as well. Concoction might come in a second to slow them down, but he's ensnared up now, and the Chemical Rage has ended. Monet with his Aegis doesn't care about dying this first time. A backup of his team with the arrow there connecting. Stolen Scream from Baboka, and the follow through. Ooh, they don't kill him. Duracio actually survives.
Does get out. Creep wave still missing, so backdoor protection is up now for a second. You see a quick recap there as well. Never mind. Push is going. Keep our eyes on whether he can stop this or not.
There's no time for replays. There's too much going on.
Yeah.
Fights and pushes and skewers and dives, all sorts of stuff. Quinn he's alive again now, but no BKB yet for a couple hundred gold, and the dire base in disarray.
That's all falling apart so quickly for them here on Gaimin Gladiators. They don't have the BKB yet on Queen. He's working on finishing it right now, desperately farming. He has a bottle he could sell, or Magic Wand maybe to get rid of, to finish up this BKB, but he's gonna go top creep wave. Meanwhile, his base is being pushed fast. Has it now, keep his base.
And JT with his Curse of Avernus going to work on the melee racks. Duracio blinks in. BKB's here for the Queen of Pain. JT gonna shield and run away. Nothing to say in the back lines, just pulverizing into Ace to stop any form of initiation to come through, but the Primal Beast being focused. Looks like he's going to die here in that dire base, and G2.iG, time to escape. Monet with X-Nova looking to TP out, evacuate from that bottom lane push.
Baboka?
Good move by Baboka, gets himself into the trees and TPs.
Oh my god,
But
dude, this
Baboka's
guy,
been godly.
how does he keep getting away with all the stuff he's doing this game? 2-1 and 10. This is beautiful performance by this Rubik. I mean, Baboka has just been crucial in every single engagement, fight. Even the catch on the Queen of Pain top earlier. This catch was beautiful as well, skewering all the way out to base. Oh, out of the base. Man, this guy is a menace on Rubik right now.
Well, he's been a better Magnus than Ace has.
He really has, yeah. And it's a very sad story when you're a core being compared to a support. And at this point, you can even compare yourself monetarily to the Magnus. You're 11,000 net worth versus 11,700, you know?
Yeah.
It's only 800 behind.
Oh, it's dead close between the two of them. Radiant Scan does clip onto a couple of Gaimin Gladiators heroes around that middle lane. Duracio jumping illusions. And Quinn just clearing the wave.
Back to farming a little bit here for IG, doing a little bit of a tempo reset as they don't have the advantage of the Aegis anymore. Just gonna chill and farm for a second. We do see some smoke now though. Can't chill for too long as they push out mid lane, setting up for this gank rotation.
And pings onto that top lane. Monet setting up for a push up there while the rest
They
of the
saw
team.
the Queen somehow.
JT's gone on the gyro. Naga onto the Queen. Quinn going to have to BKB TP. Meanwhile, Tofu dying to the Abaddon illusions. So many illusions in this game, man.
Yeah, a lot of illusions. I mean, the surprised Alchemist doesn't have a Manta style as well in this game, but yeah, he has other things. He needs going for that Abyssal Blade next. Having Assault Crest. He's looking strong on Alchemist, but his two other cores are just struggling so bad to have any form of impact in the fights.
Yeah, mean, he's got Empower now as well to really power through these jungle camps. Oh, the pings on the base, that's the scariest thing. G2.iG, they're eyeing up your bottom lane.
Yeah, they're coming. There's Rubik with Etherlens and Eye of Vizier. Looking for more beautiful steals. Grabs with Telekinesis. Still no Lincoln Spheres or anything, you know? You need the Lincolns against the Rubik.
You do.
Magnus just can't play. Or maybe if you, like, skewer the Magnus or glimmer the Magnus before he goes. Perhaps he can, you know, go under the protection of the quick fade.
Maybe, yeah. Oh my god. JT has heard me complaining about there being too many illusions, so he's going to buy a second Manta style, apparently.
That's a good idea. I like the idea of going Manta style here, JT. It's a good item on Abaddon. Why
Double
not,
Manta.
my friend? Can you imagine if you could just use 2 of them? It'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Just have infinite illusions. MTS. Where's he going to go? Scout Roshan. We know it's a minute and a half away.
It is gonna spawn just before it goes to top, so there will be a moment they can take it on bottom. Otherwise, maybe Gaimin Gladiators could set up to control the top part. It's very hard for them to move out of base at all right now, though. The fear of this Abaddon and the Rubik, the catch is so scary. And even the Primal Beast, of course. At this point, there are so many different ways you could die if you step out.
And just hunkering down in base right now. You can't really step out too much unless you are Quinn on this quad.
Alright. Just gonna take away their Tormentor right outside their base. This is a sign of dominance right here on the map. When you can't even contest something right outside your own base, that's when you're in a bad spot. Yeah, he gets the rock throw. I've seen more people use this recently on Primal Beast. Some, you know, some impact can be had by it. It's still very difficult to get good value from this ability, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty challenging one. I remember seeing some clips early days when it was released of like being able to chain stun someone for like 15 seconds or whatever. If you like perfectly line up and time all of your abilities. But that kind of thing just never going to happen in a pro game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the dream scenario is not usually what the pro players are itemizing and picking for. It's usually more like you want reliable. You want something that always works. That's why stuff like the rock throw is, you know, a little bit less value, and stuff like the Gyro Shard, which, by the way, he doesn't have. Support Gyro? No Shard minute 34?
I don't get it.
I haven't really felt the presence of this Gyrocopter much at all in this game, and not having that shard is taking away so much of his damage potential. I guess he feels priority on getting that Ghost Scepter, getting the Greaves, but he really hurts himself by doing this.
Quinn has the BKB again, but now you're looking at a basher on this Abaddon. TP, Quinn. Oh, that was close.
That was very, very close right there. Not going to be able to close the distance.
Wait.
Good.
Monet denied the Wisdom Rune on the right side of the map, I guess.
Oh, that is so toxic.
That really is. Jeez. Oh, Roshan disappears. Tons of illusions. Take down the big man.
A cheese as well. Abaddon gonna grab that one up for now. He's about to hit level 20. We'll see if he goes for the Immolation talent. Quite commonly picked up, actually. A lot of people prefer it, though 100 barrier is also not bad, even on a core Abaddon.
We'll see what he goes for. Because right now, Gaimin Gladiators, they're trying to step out of their base and make something happen that's not on their doorstep, not near a building or a barracks. They want to get a pick off in this mid lane and try and convert some of their strength into an advantage. Primal Beast, a tanky fellow with his Eternal Shroud, Kaya Sand, but he's going to get burst down here by 5 members of Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, didn't expend any big resources too. They have the Sonic Wave and RP, so even if IG might want to fight this is a dangerous fight to take. You're without your mid laner. Gaimin Gladiators though, feeling pretty happy, winning in exchange. Just gonna back up and try to keep building a bit of farm with this. Oh wow, that's a sad BKB to have to use.
Yeah, just make sure it gets out of there. Get the hell away. Little crystal clone from...
Oh, we were talking about the Lincoln's Magnus is coming, by the way. Ace is trying to itemize for it, but he has shown the components in his inventory now. So Rubik can be prepared to just cast Fade Bolt and then do his stuff, which is instantaneous cast. So technically, it shouldn't save you if Rubik is just mentally prepared to click W and then Q.
Yeah, he's got to know, right? Like you said, his inventory in the backpack, showing those components.
Yeah, he should have hit those on the courier, maybe.
And JT and Monet stepping up again onto the barracks. Arrow.
He gets arrowed immediately.
On Quinn, so the
got a kill.
Skyrim's coming. Oh, Ace and Dota2 tried to jump, but Monet's going to stop them. But Boca did get blown up by the Alchemist. G2.iG retreating now. And that's going to say he tried to come across and join in.
I mean, that's a very good hold for Gaimin Gladiators there. Not losing more, and good catch by Dota2, finding the Rubik, killing him. I think that's literally the best target for Gaimin Gladiators to go on. They have to find this Boboka and bring him down.
Yeah, this Boboka guy causing them some serious problems. One other arrow. X-Nova going on a fishing expedition here. Nearly clips onto one.
Have the Aegis, but they don't have 5 heroes, so gotta wait a little bit. Of course, they have the outpost already, so Rubik can just TP back when he respawns, and the push can keep going.
Might be thinking about that top lane, trying to do a bit of split pushing. Get that wave closer to the tier 3.
Queen would like to get that Arcane Rune. You can see him already moving over. They do have a Rune Ward. I respect that Rune Ward a lot at this stage of the game. So useful to maybe get something to help you.
That's pretty cool. Like all 3 of those wards, making sure that Gaimin Gladiators have kind of platform to play from that's not just in their base. A skewer there from Ace, trying to grab Monet. Naga Starin has backup from the Primal Beast. Nothing to say is here. It's pulverizing into them, and JT chasing Tofu to get a kill on the Gyro. 2 dead, 1 with buyback, 1 without. And JT's going wild on Quinn. The Quap nearly just dying. Duracho does finally arrive and kill off the Moran in the back. Some good cleave damage here from Duracho. He's shredding them with his BKB up. Monet, the song will just about stop him. And then Snare comes.
Still has Aegis.
Monet wants to try and continue fighting with that Aegis as backup. Yeah, the Riptide, the illusion's killing off the Alk. He's dead, no buyback. And Gaimin Gladiators getting clapped now inside their own base by G2.iG.
G2.iG, they're fighting, man. They work so hard here. They said it. They're gonna try to drag Gaimin Gladiators down in today's match. Of course, this is them just doing everything they can to try and sabotage for them in the remainder of the group stage here.
Yeah, try and force Gaimin Gladiators into some kind of tiebreaker situation, something along those lines. And we'll see how all the other results pan out. Alk does get buyback now and he's going to use it. Gyro dead for 50. Buyback is on cooldown.
That's a tough hold to make. Still cheese on Abaddon too.
Yeah, it's just a sonic wave from Queen of Pain just to push them away, try and delay this. As Ace will respawn, has RP available, gonna have to, I don't know, smoke by Shadowblade. He needs something to obscure himself from the vision here that IG have. Does get the Horn Toss, 2-man skewer. Abaddon and the Naga dragged back into Stellary and Quinn. I don't know if they've got the damage, though, as Monet just tanks through all of it. Stands his ground, and in the meantime, Quinn and Duracho into the backlines, watching the Alchemist die. Die back from him. Quinn trying to blink back to base, but with 3 dead now, Gaimin Gladiators, there's no way. There's no way back in. GG called and a 1-1 draw.
Quickly brought down there by the Abaddon and the Naga. The Abaddon damage output in these team fights has been crazy, man.